Oh, it's Dual Wellness.
It is.
That's right, the YouTube show where a mother, Camille, who's 56 years old, and a 23-year-old boy,
Man-child, boy,
named Max, who is also happens to be her son. That's how we know each other. We talk about wellness.
I like to think we would like each other regardless if we were related or not.
Yeah, if I worked with you and then...
Yeah, we'd be friends.
Like, yeah, it's a cool lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's kind of weird for an old lady.
Not really.
Okay.
Anyways, you're not weird. But anyways, the show where we talk about wellness, mental, physical, all those things coming at you. That's why it's called Dual Wellness. So please like, comment, subscribe, all those fun and funny YouTube things that people love to do because you want to see more of this person and this person, don't you? Come on.
You do.
What are we talking about today?
All right. What we're talking about today is we're talking about life-changing events. I was tooling around the interwebs this week, and one of the things that came up was that was kind of interesting because of you, and I'll explain this, is the five most stressful life-changing events. And I'm pulling out my phone here because my memory stinks because, age. So we're not going to go into all of the five, but there's a reason for this subject. So death of a loved one, divorce.
The good.
Yeah.
Man, death of a loved one, that stinks. That's a little poopy.
That's not what I meant. We're not talking about these. Major illness or injury, job loss, and moving. So that was, moving. And out of all those, I am pretty much a specialist in a few of them. But...
especially job loss.
No, not really. But anyway, one of the ones that I could write a book about, that I have experienced it, I'd say probably 30 to 40 times in my life. Probably. I'm probably close to that. If not, I don't know. I honestly have lost track. Is moving. Just through my life, as a child, I moved, I think my family and I moved probably, I'm just guesstimating here, 25 times before I moved.
That's
out
ridiculous.
of my, it was very ridiculous. And it wasn't, I get asked the question all the time, was your dad in the military? Were you a military brat? No, we were not. Nope. My parents just really liked to move. It was the grass is greener complex, And, but anyway, so it made me start thinking because my lovely son, Max, is getting ready. So this will come out the end of March. This will come out, the last week of March. May 1st, I will no longer be an empty nester for a month. So Max is he's moving out of his house, and all of his roommates, their lease is up. Their landlord has chose not to renew it because they're selling the house, and so everybody's moving. Max is moving back here for a month, and then June 1st, he's moving out with his brother, which I think is a very cool thing. However, that's 2 moves. 2 major life-changing events within a month. So that's, I really started thinking about, and I thought it would be a good idea to maybe go over a few of the big things that I have learned, or ways that I have learned to handle this in the best, least impactful way to you, because the thing is these life-changing events happen, and yet the rest of your life goes on. I mean, you have to, it's not like you can say, time out, stop, I need everything to stop right now so I can focus on just this. And if you have the privilege of doing that, that is awesome and amazing, but most people don't. So, your job's going to go on, everything is going to go, you're exercising, your wellness, everything goes on. What happens is a lot of times people have the tendency to not press pause on things that they can press pause on, and then too much comes.
Yeah.
Too much comes on. So one of the best pieces of advice I have for anybody that's getting ready, or anybody that's experiencing, getting ready to experience this life-changing event, is to get as organized as you possibly can, and do it early.
Yeah.
So make yourself lists. I am absolutely not a list maker. I hate making lists. I'm not a list maker at all. When I get ready to move, I make a list. Make a list. Places you have to call, things, things you need to drop. Do you have stuff that you need to drop off at? Sometimes you need to get rid of stuff and bring it to Goodwill or to wherever,
To a store. Something like that.
Yeah. Or throw it away.
Right.
Or, so stay organized, and do it now rather than the week before. That is just adding additional stress to yourself. That is just it's blowing up the situation, which is never good. My second piece of advice is to stay consistent with your really realize how stressful of an event this is, and focus on your sleep. Focus on your sleep. Get sleep. Get enough sleep, because your body, your mind, everything is already at maximum stress point. Doing too much and cutting back on your sleep is a guarantee for getting sick.
Right.
Getting sick while you're moving is the worst. It is horrible. So focus on your sleep, focus on your diet, focus on your, stuff like that. Take care of yourself. Take care of your physical self. Make sure you're still taking your vitamins. Make sure you're still doing all of that stuff, because that is what's going to get you through that. The last thing I wanted to talk about is cut out what you can cut out, and don't add more to your plate during that time. So if there is anything you can cut out, like if there is, say for example, your friends are like, hey, we're gonna go and do this, we're gonna do this big, party or something like that. As much as you would want to do that, and that you have all this other stuff that you need to do before you move, don't add to your plate. Don't add to it. Now is not the time to start, new relationships that take right. Or it's just not. It's not. It's all that. What can you take away? What can you take away? What can you say no to? Because this is a giant yes that you are saying yes to. So what can you say no to? So those are my three big things. Those are the things that I was thinking about, that will help you get through this not once but twice,
right,
within a month, which sounds pretty stinky. So it's going to be a little bit different, because when Max moves in here in May, it's not like you're going to move. It's not a new place. It's, moving back home.
I'm not unpacking.
And you're not unpacking. Right. You'll have your clothes, stuff like that, but you're gonna have boxes in the garage. You're not gonna have to repack and remove. So I think for the month of May, it's gonna be kind of discombobulated for you. You know,
probably.
it's hard. It's hard because you're going to have a sense of almost homelessness. Because even though this is your home, you feel very comfortable here. This is where you grew up, everything. It's still it's still not your permanent place of residence. So you're going to have a month of discombobulation.
Okay.
Okay. So what have you been thinking about? What have you been doing to help you prepare for this life-changing event?
Well, I can only say I have all these. I don't really have structure or things that I've really been doing too much.
Do you plan on doing them?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I packed some of my stuff already. That wasn't really by my choice too much. Things kind of literally fell apart, and I had to pack them. What do you mean? My bookshelves literally fell apart, and everything.
Did you throw them away?
Yeah, and so I had to pack a bunch of my stuff. So I'm only packed there for the most part, and
that's good.
Just kind of consolidating things that I know I do have to pack.
That was like the universe.
Yes, I can just do this now. Yeah, exactly. So I did that. I did some of that. That was good.
Made you feel good.
Yeah, it did.
A little bit more ahead of the.
Yeah, but I guess my point really on this whole thing is more so from the perspective of somebody who is getting ready to do that. I guess my point would really, like I said, I'm not really super organized. It does feel very chaotic. It's kind of strange. It did feel very stressful last month or the month before that or anything like that.
And now it's getting real.
Yeah, but now it is stressful, and it's more so just kind of surreal. You don't really think about the fact of, as a kid, you do think about it like, oh, I'm moving away from my home, and it's going to change. But it is weird as an adult, the fact that I was at this place for just a year. You have 1 year to get comfortable with this, and recently those last 2 or 3 months of it are more so just thinking about the fact that
now you have to separate again
now I have
from
to leave it.
Yeah,
and it's more so from a mental aspect of moving away rather than a physical organization side or something along those lines. Why it is so stressful is because it is a home. It is a whole period of your life. It is a big change in terms of the fact that I'm probably never going to see that stuff again. I'm never going to have the experiences that I had in that house again. It's weird. It is very weird. It's a strange thing to come to terms to mentally, separating yourself from that era. So,
it makes sense how that would stress you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such a big life-changing event, and why, I'm just moving my stuff to a different room.
Yeah, no, you're not.
You're not. It is a goodbye, like a closing of a chapter.
Yep.
And I think the older you get and stuff like that, each one of those becomes more
impactful.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really where I'm coming from. Just trying to make sure I handle that mentally well. And
Do you think that, have you thought about how you will, what you will do to ensure you handle that well?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it, putting into perspective, really, appreciating the times that I had at the house and appreciating the people that I lived with, and
So it sounds like you're allowing yourself to feel.
Yeah, exactly.
What you're feeling.
I have to. Yeah, I have to. Instead of being angry or sad about the fact that it's over, be happy that you had the chance to experience it all.
Happy it happened.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of telling myself, "Oh, I hate this house. I'm glad I don't have to live here anymore. This place stinks. I'm moving on to bigger and better things." So it's just, it's changing, but that was nice, and I'm glad I got to do it. So that's more so where I'm coming from.
That makes sense, because it was an interesting, years ago I had read something about the psychology of when you are moving, or when you are like a lot of times when you're getting ready to move out of your family home or something like that, a lot of times you will find that you start fighting with your parents more.
Right.
Fighting with your roommates more. Fighting, blah, blah, and people are like, God, gosh, why am I doing this? And what it is that it is easier to separate from something that you do not like, or that you are angry with, it's easier mentally to separate from that than something that you will miss and be sad to see go.
Right.
Everything. So your brain does that as a protection thing. It makes it, it makes you think,
Well,
oh, thank gosh.
Thank God this is over.
Yeah.
It's going to be only up from here.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. So I'm glad that you're not looking at it that way. I'm glad that you're acknowledging it, that it was a good thing and you had a good experience and you love these guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm glad.
Yeah. So,
all right.
It was kind of a long one. So let's end it there. I think that was a good discussion of two different aspects of moving. So let us know what you think about that. What I said, are we blowing out of proportion? Is what I said a little dramatic, or is something along those lines? Or do you agree with us? I don't know. I'm trying to spark a conversation.
Comment below.
Yeah, comment below. Let us know.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Again, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks.
Yeah. Even though I can't see you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, friends.